Right, now you've got that, we've got two things I'm going to go through of ways that you can implement your side kick. So firstly, we're just going to do the standard sort of stepping up and side kicking. This is a very good way of getting your getting the distance right for your side kick. We're going to move on to the hard one in a minute, which is just kind of trying to get the kick out there without telegraphing or letting your opponent know that you're coming up ready for a side kick. But to start with, what everyone's most likely familiar with, we're just going to do a standard side kick. People probably often learn doing the side kick with the back leg, so you've got the leg coming through and out there, but you can tell there's a lot of movement in my body there, and it's gonna throw off throw a signal out to whoever I'm fighting at the time, and they'll know what I'm doing. So we'll try it with the front leg. We're going to do a similar thing. The back leg's just going to come up here, and you're just going to come up for the side kick. There are a couple of ways you can. You can just bring the back leg up just to make a bit of distance for you, to make it easier to get that kick to come out. Or if you need to cover a lot of distance, then you can bring the leg right up here, even passing your front leg, and then throwing the kick out there. And you can see I'm a lot closer to you now. So have a go at a couple of those two. But the premise is back leg needs to come up a little bit. You can kind of distract people with punches where you've got your jab and your reverse. You can sneak that back leg up with the reverse maybe, and then it's ready for that front leg to come up. So from stance, it's up to you what you do. You can bring it up to here. You can have a go at bringing it up a bit closer and then trying to cover more distance. But with me, we'll do a couple on this leg. So 1, 2, and you can see now where I've got the nice pump up before I kick out. So you've got, try and slow it down here, and then kicking, and then you're there. So a couple more, 2, shuffle back a bit, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll leave it there and switch legs. So again, other leg forward now. We'll bring the back leg up a little bit, up to you guys how far. Up a bit, pump that knee, and then kick out. And still remembering what we've just done with the shaping of the foot. You can see there, I've got the edge of my foot kicking out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good stuff. One thing to note, as you are doing that, you'll see if I stand side on, don't want to let yourself too much as you're kicking go all the way back. It's going to really throw your balance off, especially if you want to come straight through for an extra strike. It's good to lean back a bit because it's keeping your operating system away from punches from the opponent, but don't let it stop you from being able to go forwards. You want that forward momentum, keeping your core engaged as you go, so that once you pull that kick in, it's ready for a punch. Just a note for that. So, moving on. The other variation of doing it, we can try now just limiting the telltale movement of that back leg coming up and just pumping the knee up for a side kick. Now, to add on to this, a good way to kind of set this up, you'll see most people, everyone really, is going to start in a fighting stance like this. Some people do fight like this. I fight like this a lot, to be fair. But from here, this is quite an almost front-on stance. and it's very front kick oriented, and my opponent's probably going to see any hip movement that starts my my side kick. So I would suggest to start it off with a fake jab. Fake jab start off most every combination, but that jab lets you bring your hips and your feet in line. So as you jab, you're now ready and in complete line to do your side kick. Again, as best you can, I want you to pump this knee. It's another variation of kick to just throw the side kick out as a bit more of a jabby side kick, but we won't cover that now. We're just going for a bit of a distracting jab, pump, and then get a nice powerful side kick with your hips driving it forwards. So, which way is best to do this? I'll do it this way. You guys feel free to face the camera. You'll be able to see me, or face the phone, the tablet. You'll be able to see me a lot easier. I'm going to go side on so that you get a different view of it. But we're just going to go. You see my legs are apart here. We start with a jab, bringing that leg in, and my hips follow. So as I've done that, then I can do my side kick. So it's jab, pump, side kick, and then I'm ready for an extra punch if I need to. So a couple of these, I'll start off slowly. So one, jab, turned off, side kick, and then reset. Two, jab, side kick, reset. And you'll see this is different to the side kick we just did. I'm very, very, very limiting on the movement of my back leg. I don't want to cause extra setup to get that side kick out. I want to just go from here and just pop up and side kick there. So we're here, two, hit, kick, three, punch, kick, four, punch, five, punch, six, seven, eight. Cool. Now I have a bit of movement there with my back leg, but it's not anywhere near this whole step up and kicking there. So other leg, I'll give you a different view from here. So we are jabbing to start, then really it's all in this leg. We're pumping and kicking. So jab to get my hips off, and then pumping and kicking. It's very important, that pump. Go back to the beginning if you want to practice a few pumps, but pump the leg up and then kick out, and then you're good. So two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. You see I'm limiting as best I can my lean back so that I'm nice and centralised forwards when I finish. So the last thing we'll do is just moving on to a bit of target practice, and I'll send you on your way. Okay, last thing, or last two things, we're going to do a bit of targeting. So I'm going to use Becca. Most people should have a mitt. You can use a couple of things. It's a sore subject, but you could use some toilet roll if you have any. And a cushion. A cushion will work. We have Pikachu in a Charizard onesie. Quite big, but most people, especially you students, will have a mitt that you can use. Or even if you've got a parent that loves you very much, you can just practice kicking them in the stomach until they cry. So what we're going to do the two variations that we've just gone over. Firstly, we're just going to hold it about here, and we're going to just do some targeting. So just about hip height. If you want to go a bit higher, then that's fine. But we're going to be enough far away from it that I can't get it just with my front leg, because we're going to do the first variation. So we're going to move, back leg's going to come up a bit, and then now that we've got that distance, still pump the leg, and try and just tap the object with the blade still that very edge of your foot. So I'll do 10 with you, nice and far away to start with. So 1, step up, and try and get that touch. I didn't even get the first one, but step up. Number 2, step up, touch. Number 3, step up, there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great, and then obviously swap to the other leg. You guys can just swap legs as long as you've got your helper standing nice and like this. Obviously you don't want them standing like this, just to the side, so I can just tap this here. So other leg, my left leg, whichever one you haven't done. So we get nice distance. I can't reach here, so I'm going to step up, pump, and then try and kick out for there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good stuff. Last one. So we've got our mitt here. Now we're going to do a bit of quick, rapid, the second variation of what we did with without stepping forwards. So we'll assume that we've done our distracting jab punch. We're nice and close, and so what we're going to do, your partner is going to count to 3 for you. It's quite hard if they don't give you a warning. But they're going to count from 3, 2, 3. After 3, they'll drop it. And all I want to do is, for my second variation of kick, I'm going to pump nice and quickly and just kick straight out. You want to limit the movement of your back leg because you won't have time. So Becca's going to count down from 3.
3, 2, 1.
And I'm going to miss it. And again.
3, 2, 1. Nice.
Make sure you're not kicking at TVs or anything. And again.
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3,
That threw me off.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
I did get it, but I was still a bit off. We'll do 3 more. You can follow along, and also, you know what you're doing. You can just do as many as you want.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Last one with me.
3, 2, 1. No.
Good stuff. We'll do the other leg just for symmetry. But you guys know what you're doing now, so do as many as you want on either leg for as long as your helper will bother to help you.
3, 2, 1.
Oh. As I'm not doing, you can treat this as a bit more of a contact drill. And so when she drops it,
3, 2, 1.
just try and tap it just a little bit. And it gives you a bit of control drill as well, because obviously when we spar in class, we don't want to smack each other with these side kicks because they are very, very strong. So we'll do a couple more.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
One more. I just wanted to do a nice one. As you can tell, helpers get bored. But you can do, if you want to do a contact or a positioning drill, just find a space of wall if you want, and you can just nice and lightly just tap, just to get a nice feeling of exactly where you're kicking your psychic into. So that is about it. Have fun with some psychics. Go back to the beginning if you want. This is a nice exercise drill in itself. You've got a nice warm up at the beginning, some stretching, and it's always good. I love when I'm at home just going through some nice pumps, whether it's for a front kick or whether it's pumping for a side kick, because it's always good to get those hip flexors working, ready for when we're back at training. So well done everyone. Remember, train hard, fight easy.